no way he just said this. Mitchell Robinson has spoken out in a way that no New York Knicks fans want to hear, and we have to break it all down. What's up, guys? I'm Matt Long. Welcome to Knicks Basketball 365. If you're a New York Knicks fan, please hit that subscribe button. But getting into the news for today, coming from Sports Illustrated, the mostly telling exchange with Mitchell Robinson with a fan came in his TikTok live, where a fan asked directly, "Gang, are you in the NBA anymore?" And Mitchell Robinson just said IDK, which is absolutely crazy for the guy who's supposed to be the New York Knicks starting center. Robinson has now missed the first 5 games of the 2025-26 season while managing a persistent left ankle injury. His absence has stretched far longer than initially anticipated when it was first described as load management. The 7-foot center has appeared in just 2 preseason games before the regular season begun, logging limited minutes in both. Mitchell Robinson, the New York Knicks' supposed started center, is on TikTok Live and Instagram Live and social media more than he's playing in NBA games, which sucks to see. But if the man is injured and can't play, you can't get too mad at him for doing that. As long as you're getting all your rehab done and out of the way, as long as you're putting in the work that needs to be put in behind the scenes, and you're getting your NBA stuff done before you go live on TikTok or social media, then do whatever you want to do on social media. But when someone asks you if you're even in the NBA and you are given like a sarcastic, definitely not real answer with like, I don't know, like, this is absolutely crazy, and it's concerning for Knicks fans. But I mean, we've coming into the season, we've known that Mitchell Robinson is an injury prone player. This is unfortunately what he's been in the last 7 seasons, all with the New York Knicks. He's been an injury prone guy. A lot of 7-footers in the NBA or taller than 7 feet tall, especially centers, they get injured a lot because when you're standing in the paint, there are guys that are falling over your legs, rolling into you. Maybe you play against Joel Embiid in the playoffs and he intentionally injures you, but it happens to these 7-footers, and it's really, really hard for these guys to stay healthy. And combined with the fact that you need guys that are that tall to play in the NBA, and there's an 82-game regular season as long as a ton of postseason games when you're as good as the New York Knicks are, it's a lot of opportunities for a guy like Mitchell Robinson to get rolled up on. And especially when you're a player that his body doesn't seem to handle injuries well, of course you're going to be more injured more often than not. But it's definitely a significant problem that Mitchell Robinson is not active and available for the New York Knicks. But the guy that we are, the backups under Mitchell Robinson at the 5 spot currently, Guerschon Yabusele is considered day-to-day with a left knee sprain, so he is not playing. Guerschon Yabusele picked up out of free agency. He was last seen playing with the 76ers in their lost season of last year, but now he's with the New York Knicks. There's an AI video going around about Guerschon Yabusele dunking on LeBron James in the Olympics. Don't look that up. It's not real. But after Guerschon Yabusele, Ariel Hukporti is the name that comes to the minds of New York Knicks fans, and someone that Knicks fans can be excited for. Ariel Hukporti was the 55th overall pick in the 2024 NBA draft. The final pick was made by the New York Knicks, and they got Hukporti, a very tall center, another 7-footer, rim protector, someone who likes to run in transition, but was supposed to be a significantly higher pick than the New York Knicks got him at. The problem is, right now, Ariel Hukporti has not even appeared in every single game, which tells us, the fans, that behind the scenes, our new head coach, Mike Brown, is not all the way bought in. He's either not sold on the talent level of Hukporti, or he's not sold on the overall skill level. Maybe it's a preparation issue. Maybe he just thinks he needs more development, which is certainly a fair point for a center who is in his 2nd year in the NBA. We got to remember, there are only 30 NBA teams, 5 starters. There are only 150 starters, so you have to be a top 150 basketball player in the world to be able to start in this league, which is part of the challenge, which is why a lot of first-round picks don't pan out, and second-round picks, they are not as important as they are in other leagues because it's so difficult to break out in the NBA. But now that we got Ariel Hukporti, we need him to show up more than he has been, because right now we need a center to be able to run the current offense that our new head coach wants to run. And you may be asking, if Mike Brown, the core of his offensive philosophy surrounds shooting 3-pointers, then why would Mitchell Robinson or Ariel Hukporti have any effect on that. The Ariel Hukporti and Mitchell Robinson have combined between them negative 3-point shooting ability when it comes to real NBA games. If he was on a court between me or the person watching this video, they would probably beat us both in a 3-point competition. But what's important is part of Mike Brown's offensive head coaching philosophy. It's not just shooting threes, but it's creating threes. And the way you create threes is by creating a presence in the paint that lures in the defense to the basket, that allows you to kick out passes to allow your other players, your better shooters, to get wide open threes that they would, in theory, we haven't been so far this season, but in theory, be able to knock down at a high rate. That's what this offense is supposed to look like. Draw in the defense of the paint, make quick passes. That's important, quick. The ball's supposed to move very fast in this offense, much higher pace than it was under Tom Thibodeau. Quickly pass it out to the perimeter for Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Deuce McBride, Landry Shamet, OG Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns. So many three-pointers on this team for them to hit a three. It's obvious that Leon Rose, when developing this team, and especially apparent with the Karl-Anthony Towns trade, had this type of offensive philosophy in mind. And it was kind of clear that Tom Thibodeau was not long for the New York Knicks head coaching job, because he did not have an offensive scheme that revolved around the three-point shot. Now, the New York Knicks have the personnel and they have the head coach to run this kind of offense. It's all about putting it together. One more important stat behind Mitchell Robinson is the fact that he is one of the best, if not the best, offensive rebounder in the entire NBA. And what is the best shot to shoot off of an offensive rebound? You guessed it, it's a three-pointer. It's because the rebounds brings in the defense of the paint and allows three-pointers to hide out on one of the wings or in the corner or at the top to find a wide open three. And that is just a natural way of creating Mike offense in this new Mike Brown offense. So right now, Mike Brown has talked about how he's not calling too many plays for this team. So the Knicks players themselves are going to have to be the ones responsible for finding ways to get their guys wide open. And the offensive rebound kicked out into an open three is one of the number one ways that this New York Knicks team is going to be able to find points. Josh Hart, for his size, the best rebounder, especially offensive rebounder in the league. So that's two elite rebounders. And then we're going to have more guys just fighting, scrapping for the ball, getting those second chance points. We want to see more games looking like the Boston Celtics, where in the third quarter, we were outscoring them either 15 or 17-2 in terms of second chance points. That's what a New York Knicks team like this, where we don't have a ton of elite scorers. So far, we're not shooting an extremely high percentage from anywhere on the court. So when you're not shooting well, you have to get offensive rebounds to steal possessions from the other team to be able to have more shots and just score more points overall. And one more point, why this Mitchell Robinson response and injury is so bad for Mike Brown. It's because he is, as a new head coach, he's learning which lineups he likes for this team. And when you have guys injured and just other outside factors messing with the lineups, it's more difficult for him to understand how guys play together, how guys mesh together, who has a good rapport with who, what combinations work the best for his scheme. He still has 78 more games to figure it out. But so far, I understand a lot of Knicks fans are worried about the fact that the Knicks offense doesn't look that good. And they're right, it doesn't look that good. But a lot of it has come from the fact that we're not calling plays yet. And more importantly, this team is not meshed yet with their new head coach. And most importantly, against the Milwaukee Bucks, they just flat out didn't hit shots. If you're not hitting your shots at a high enough rate, it doesn't matter who is your offensive head coach. Doesn't matter what the scheme is. You could have the most futuristic, the best scheme that no one's ever seen before. You're not hitting your shots, you're not going to win basketball games. But once we get Mitchell Robinson back, this team is going to continue to look different, and I can't wait to see how it's going to turn out for the New York Knicks. But that's what I got for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and go Knicks.